Welcome back, everyone, to CoinGage podcast. Today we have an amazing guest, MJ Zerehpoush, the host of the Crypto Radio, and we're going to talk about what it means to run a global 24/7 platform and stream news throughout the world to all the people who are interested in crypto. MJ also explained how they actually built the Crypto Radio, what was his role, what was his past and how he got into crypto, and we also discussed what it means today to be a stakeholder in the crypto media industry, provide valid, neutral and legitimate news to the community, and how to advance our industry. You're going to love this show. MJ is a dear friend of ours, and you're going to enjoy what he talks about the Crypto Radio. Have a blast and enjoy the show. Welcome to the show, MJ. I know that usually you are the host, welcoming the superstars, and today, you are a star, and you're well known in the crypto industry.
I appreciate it.
So first, welcome to the show, welcome to CoinGage podcast, and really glad to have you today.
Wonderful. Thanks for having me here. Actually, it's a great pleasure and honor to be here with you. I personally know you and always talked about Anton Golub as one of the actual key opinion leaders. Actually, I don't believe in those. Personally, like influencers, they call themselves KOLs and stuff in the crypto space. But for you, actually, I do have an actual respect for you. Very high respect for you, actually.
Thanks a lot, MJ, for saying that. Just to tell you, I'm the host today, so I need to praise you. Don't praise me.
Old habits.
So I think, to start, it will be great for our audience to hear who is MJ. How did we talked a little bit before the show, where you came from, how long are you here in the UAE, in Dubai? Who is MJ? What's the Crypto Radio? I think that's what our audience would like to hear. Absolutely. And just your story, how did you end up here?
Well, it's a very long story, actually. It's over 20 years long story.
We are 1 hour.
Exactly.
But I give it to you, how long you want.
Sure. So, longest story short, I studied biomedical engineering here in Dubai.
Okay.
Nothing to do with the crypto, nothing to do with computers or codings or anything like that. Yeah. I studied here in Ajman University in Dubai, in UAE. Okay. And even I worked as a biomedical engineer for 3 years. Okay. But then it was late 2015, the first time I heard about something called Bitcoin.
Okay.
And I was not very optimistic about it, to be honest. I remember I was at this gala. It was Jan 2015. A friend of mine told me Bitcoin at that time was maybe a few $100s. Yes. A friend of mine told me that buy some Bitcoin. I said, nah, it just crashed. The price went down. I don't feel any optimistic about it.
Yes.
Fast forward late 2015, same friend told me, okay, there's this platform, they're going to buy Bitcoin for us and they will give us dividends. It was really eye-catching, to be honest. And, the greed got the better hand of me. Okay. And I invested, at that time, I invested almost 2 months of my salary into that platform.
So it was a substantial amount, actually, yeah.
Yeah, for me at that time, it was a lot of amounts. And after 2 months, the platform was gone. Okay. I was officially scammed. And then, instead of becoming skeptical about the whole crypto and everything, I started doing some research. What is crypto? What is blockchain? What is Bitcoin? And why someone is trying to scam people about it? So it must be something. Okay. So after doing lots of researches, I got introduced to one early blockchain project back then, late 2015. Finance something. Even their token name was FIN, F-I-N.
F-I-N, okay.
So they're not there anymore, actually. They are long gone. They couldn't succeed, unfortunately. But the thing is that I started working with them as their sales for their ICO, sales agents. So I was working to promote them and for the sales and everything. And that's how actually I got dragged into some people call it rabbit hole. I call it the wormhole, because the more I get into it, the more I get dragged actually into the whole, deeper into the whole blockchain space. And then it was a few months before COVID, actually. A friend of mine who was a blockchain developer, he introduced me to an Estonian-based blockchain development company. I started working with them as their user support manager, community manager, and then I was promoted to the project coordinator. And then for the last 2 years, I worked with them as their project manager for the blockchain projects. But the Crypto Radio, actually.
This is how people know you, actually.
That's how you're exactly famous. That's the backstory behind it. But how I got introduced to the Crypto Radio, I always wanted something challenging, something innovative, something that I can challenge myself
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the main reason which I resigned from my biomedical engineering job and I started working with the crypto because it was something innovative. It was emerging.
Yes.
But last year, first time I heard about the crypto radio, and we were in touch. They were looking for some like crypto expert, someone who knows about crypto, to join their team. But we had some few meetings. Even I went to their one of their shows as a guest for a couple of times. Then we were start losing the touch until Jan 2025, just 8 months ago, where I met Thierry, actually, the founder of the crypto radio, which he is a role model for me, to be honest, because he had the same vision as me. Proper adoption of crypto, proper education, because from my point of view, I was recently keep saying that education is the missing part of the crypto, because we keep building, launching projects, but no one, barely people know about the crypto and how they can actually use it in their daily lives and everything. And when I met Thierry, we sat down, we had over a coffee, and I told him I have a passion to educate people actually about the crypto. I'm tired of building non-stop, and barely people know how to use it. So he offered me actually a position. And at that time, I was looking at it as a part-time gig, something like that. Okay, it's just going to do it for a while, then I'm going to move to something else. But the more I worked with them as the host of the Crypto Curious in the Crypto Radio, the more I feel connected with the vision, with what they're doing, and the unique perspective that they are having. Because Crypto Radio is the first global media dedicated only to crypto, blockchain, Web3, and everything about it, and it's being streamed 24/7 globally on multi-platform.
Yes.
So yeah.
Amazing story, and wanted to actually come back to something you said early on, and also ask you, where does this come from? That even though you had a not so positive experience kind of interacting with crypto, you still decided to stay with it, research more, learn more about it, and come back to it. Where does this come from? Is this something from that your parents gave you, or your back? This is because this is a very unique, actually, personality trait, right?
Yes, exactly. The thing is that since I was a kid, I always have curiosity to know how things work. When I was a kid, I used to tear apart my toys and my remote cars to see how they are working. Even if I didn't like those toys or I liked them, doesn't matter. I always had that curiosity within me. When I in 2015 when I got as a scan, I had this curiosity in me, ticklish thing that what is the Bitcoin, a digital currency? So all we have is, for example, dollar, dirhams, reals, this kind of euros, this kind of currencies. So why a currency should be digital? So that thing that question in my mind, it started to ignite that curiosity within me.
Yes.
So that's how I started doing some research about it. What is Bitcoin? Blockchain? Whoa, that's a new technology. Who has started it? Someone called Satoshi. I was always eager to find who is Satoshi, but then I realized I'm not calling it a myth. Of course, there was someone who built all of this, so it could have been some AI. There are so many theories behind who created Bitcoin and the blockchain that we are using today, because blockchain has been there for long before Satoshi. But the blockchain that we're using today is built and started with Satoshi and Bitcoin. So that's the thirst to know, for knowledge, for that curiosity. That was the thing that's instead of making me skeptical about it, made me optimistic and curious about it.
Awesome.
It's a weird thing.
But I think also maybe, when you mention your background as well, biomechanical engineer, this is also something that you usually have to have this affinity towards understanding how things work, experimenting, right? As well. And I think that's also very close to something then very technical, which is the blockchain and crypto industry, actually. That's how I understand it as well.
Yes, kind of actually, because biomedical engineering also it's a mixture of medical and electronics. And I always want to study, for example, electronics. My parents, Middle Easterns, Asians, they just want to, we want a doctor's son or a doctor kid. But I said, no, I want something more active, actually. Something. So they told me, okay, so if you don't want to become a doctor, there is something called biomedical engineering. I said, that sounds good.
Okay. And here you are, which is good, actually.
Yes.
Coming to the crypto radio, So a very, very unique format, 24/7, as you mentioned, streaming globally, covering the news.
Yeah.
What was this experience? What was this process actually? Because as we were talking before the show a little bit, it is a huge effort actually to do it. So can you explain a little bit to us and to the audience? I'm sure they would love to understand a bit more, like how does Crypto Radio operate and how do you as a host drive it?
Absolutely, sure. So Crypto Radio actually, they started way back before I joined them. Yeah. The founder, Thierry Bouchard, actually, he's been also in the crypto since, if I'm not mistaken, 2017. He's been in the whole field. And he had this passion to inform people about crypto and educate them in the proper way. So it's been over 15 months, almost 2 years. Yeah, almost 2 years actually. That's the idea of Crypto Radio. The Crypto Radio has been initiated, and it's been 15 months that they're actually started the whole company and everything. Yeah. And initially it was a digital radio, only audio. It was since the first day it was streaming 24/7, but it was only through the app. The digital radio, the Crypto Radio app, actually.
Can you explain to the audience, like, how would they actually then access a Crypto Radio before and then today? Like, how does it, like, do I find you on your website, or how does it actually work for the audience to understand?
Well, first of all, initially through the website, it was. So still until today, you can just go to the cryptoradio.com website, click on the live stream, and you can see not only audio, and nowadays you can see us as a visual 24/7 streaming, which I will get into that as well. And then the app actually was developed, a specific app for the Crypto Radio. You can just download from App Store or Google Play Store, both for Android and Apple users. But the thing is, that's what Thierry told. We were talking actually in the office. He told me that we concluded that people want something to see rather than just to hear.
Sure.
It is good actually. Radio, one of the best part of the radio is that it doesn't need so much of a visual attention to look at something. Yeah. Just put your, for example, AirPods in your ears, click play. You can listen to the Crypto Radio 24/7 whenever you are driving, sleeping, lounging, whatever you're doing.
It's true.
Okay, but for the audience, because of the all new platforms right now, we have, for example, social media platforms, people like to see things.
Yes,
that's how the idea of a visual content actually was added to the essence of the Crypto Radio. So we started to have more shows, visual shows, and like put them on the YouTube and everything. But in the past 3 months, we started to working on the 24/7 visually live streaming. Okay. It was really tough, to be honest. Initially, we thought it shouldn't be anything hard. How hard can it be? Just press the live button, like, for example, Instagram Live, and we can be live instantly. But it is it has far more technical sides to it than we could have ever imagined. We really, honestly, hats off to our technical team, actually to our production team back in the office in the Crypto Radio, because they are doing the hardest job to make sure technically everything is solid. The audio and video is synced. It is really a tough job, because we're not only live on one platform, we are right now live on 7 different platforms. YouTube, X. Right now, for example, if you go to the Crypto Radio YouTube or the Crypto Radio X account, you will see us. We are streaming live right now. But to be live, it was really tough, actually. It was really challenging. We did over 1 month of testing and testing to make sure we can technically be ready for the live. And now it's been over a month that we are 24/7 officially live streaming globally. And every day, on weekdays, from Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. GST in Dubai time, we are, as I'm proud to be one of the live news hosts as well, besides being hosting my own show, Crypto Curious, on the Crypto Radio. So we are every day, Monday to Friday live. You can just tune in and watch us live doing the actual news, because we do believe actually that is the missing part. There are so many news websites here and there. Cointelegraph and so many of them. They're doing great job. But as like a live news, for example, like Bloomberg, they're having BBC, CNN, all these big channels. Sure, people love this thing because it is something that it won't fade away anytime easy.
Okay. Yeah. And can you tell us a bit more, like, how has your audience experienced the change? So do still people prefer to listen to you, or do they prefer to watch you? How do you see these things evolving? And then maybe later on we can also talk about AI in your business, But
definitely,
like, how does the audience react to this change,
Well, we noticed that the audience, we have actually, it's like a approximate estimation. Every day in our visual live on X, we have sometimes between 20 to 50,000 people viewers.
Wow, that's insane.
Yes.
Wow.
Because right now we are putting our main focus on promoting actually the video, because X, formerly known as Twitter, is considered as the main platform for crypto enthusiasts.
Sure, actually,
Okay, so crypto people are mainly active on X. Yes. So that's where our main focus right now, even though we are already live also on Binance Square, on Twitter, on Twitch, Rumble, and also on the Crypto Radio app itself. Okay. So, but we are getting the main engagements and reactions we notice from the X. People are getting online watching us, and that is what proved to us actually, that was like a proof of work for us, that okay, it is working. We are getting the answers from it.
Understand. Can I just ask you like something very quickly? I remember like when I was listening to radio when I was young. Yeah. The big thing is you could call in, right, and ask a question into the radio.
Yes.
Do you have that as well, part of crypto radio? And how do people engage with you? Do they write like comments, or do they join the show and ask a question? How does this interaction with the community look like?
Well, this interaction actually, because right now we are live on these social media platforms. We are a media company that are using these social media platforms to communicate with people, because these are the ways that people are engaged with different platforms and companies even. So during the live, yes, of course, for example, people can comment on any platform that you're live on. They can comment, they can engage, they can ask their questions, so they can just, so far we don't have that, we haven't activated actually the options for people to join the live as a person, because as a media company, we have our own, we have to follow some rules and regulations. We have to be very careful, because we are not, Crypto Radio is not a social media account.
Yes.
Okay, as a media company with license actually here in UAE. I remember Thierry told me it took him 4 months to get the approval for the media company here in UAE. So it was an easy job. So we have to make sure that we are following certain guidelines as a media company. So, but people can easily engage with us. We will be more than happy. We always ask them if you have any comments, on the news that we are doing, on the shows. Comment us, let us know if there is anything that you want to interact with us. We'll be more than happy actually to hear from anyone.
Awesome.
From our audience.
Awesome. Now to go towards AI. It's I think one of the biggest changes in the world in the last couple of years, but especially on the creative side, right?
Yes.
In the media. So how are you adopting, embracing AI? Has AI been helping you? Has it been causing you problems? What's your outlook towards AI, and how are you using it today at the Crypto Radio?
Well, even before starting during the news and during the discussions that I usually have with the different people, I said that technology, any technology, including AI, blockchain, everything, is like a double-edged sword. It depends on how we utilize it. It's been really helpful for me at least. But of course, for the Crypto Radio, we do use AI, for example, in different parts. It makes it easier actually to get the answer that we are looking for. So it is very actually helpful. And to be honest, the main reason that we decided also, that was one of the actually main reasons that's made us actually go visually live. Because we understood that there are so many AI contents out there. You can just create an AI version of me, actually me sitting here in a reel and just talk about something, and then I can upload it. But it cannot do a live. So
this is the next level of engagement, actually.
Exactly. So AI, at least for now, it cannot be like do actual live news, for example, be live and interact with people. But the main key factor actually that we took all this effort to be visually live on these platforms, because this is something that I don't think for the next few years AI will be able to conquer this division of being actually live on the media, on TVs.
I agree with you that 100%. And I also understand actually that you have different levels of engagement depending on the content, which the simplest one is text, then you do pictures, then you do video, and then you do live actually, or in person actually, I think even the most active, right?
True, exactly.
Now to talk more about Crypto Radio and about the crypto industry. So I think both of us can be agreed that we are a completely crazy industry, where many times it's a difficult to, balance between, creating a very interesting news or interesting show. You can argue, bringing a bit of hype, but also keeping it very educational. So how do you, as a host of Crypto Radio, and how does Crypto Radio balance this delicate balance that we have or need that we have in the crypto industry?
Well, when you were talking actually about the news, the toughest part when we want to prepare for the especially live news that we do on daily basis is choosing the right news. To that the news should we don't actually do any like shillings of any cryptos. We don't promote anything like as I told you, because that's the main difference between social media and media company.
Yes, understand.
On my personal even social media, I can talk about anything. And people can buy it, whether not buy it, or I can promote anything that I want. But as a media, we have to make sure the news we are delivering is legit.
Yes. Okay.
It is verified. We don't talk actually about, for example, shilling any. For example, I'm talking meme coins. Well, I'm not a meme coin person actually, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big meme. I'm not a big meme coin fan at all, because I always look for utility in the crypto. But anyway, we're gonna get into that I think later. But the thing is that choosing the right news is the toughest thing to do, and make sure that this news, because every day there are so many news out there in just about crypto industry, from regulatories and everything, but we have to make sure that news actually is something that the majority of the people of our audience would care for, was something that they can relate and they can know, okay, why does that news matter to them? So this is something that is very tough actually, and we spend a lot of time on the Crypto Radio working on that. Yeah.
And can you tell us then what kind of content do the audience best react? Is it the outcomes of big legislations or lawsuits, or is it of fundraising news, or is it about launching new exchanges, their tokens? What do people like to hear, like from your experience at Crypto Radio?
Well, from my experience, people tend to react to and be more curious about sometimes negative news.
So negative attracts more.
It attracts more actually. This is it comes actually to the nature of the human being actually. Okay. For example, there is this example that a friend of mine told me years ago. He told me that, for example, you will hear someone is getting married. Congratulations, gone. We never talk about it. But same couple is getting divorced. Really? What happened? Whose fault? What happened? Who did what? So people tend to be more attracted, actually. This is the human's nature, actually. That's why so many news outlets, actually, if you see on the clicks on the news, you will notice that the negative news are getting the highest clicks. But this is what we try to prevent, actually. Okay. So we do cover both positive and news, for example, hacks, scams, and everything. But at the same time, like majority of the news that we choose and we try to talk about is like the new achievements, new developments, new things that people would care about, things that people can actually use and benefit from. So these sorts of news are getting actually good engagement and reaction from people. Okay. So that's what we try to focus more. Yeah. So at the same time that we are saying, okay, these are the things that you have to be careful, but these are the things how you can actually benefit from the crypto. Yes. So it is both, but mainly lean towards the positive side. Yeah. Okay.
But I think also just since crypto is still a very early stage young industry, growing, right? So it's more common, more often actually, that you have something people trying and then not working, rather than each thing that you do is a massive success. So I think I would say it's part of the territory with the crypto industry. Yes. But I 100% agree with you. It's like, I think we're always looking about the future, thinking about the positives, the outcomes that will bring us forward, and that's kind of like...
we're trying to be more optimistic actually about the future. For example, in these futuristic movies, like the end of the world movies, we... try to like the ones that are showing a brighter future, rather than just those dark ones with the world ending, or like the Mad Max kind of things. Yes. No one like those kind of future. Yes. Yeah. Okay. We would like to be something more bright.
Something like Matrix, or.
Well, Matrix. Well, that's a different story. That's a whole totally different thing. I watched it over 10 times the whole thing. And we can talk hours. Probably can have another episode about the whole Matrix thing. But to be honest, as you mentioned, actually, crypto is still, I call it a baby in a diaper. Yeah. It's just 16 years old. It is not a matured technology yet, especially in terms of mass adoption.
Yes.
Because that's why actually most of the times when I'm talking to people, and people, the first thing they ask me, what to buy. I want to make profit. Which one to do next and next. But what are we, me, and also in the crypto radio, what we're trying to say is that crypto is not only about making money overnight. If someone is telling you, okay, buy this coin, you're gonna be you do 10x or 100x in the next day. That is 99.999% scam.
Yeah, of course.
Unless it is something magical.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm trying to like teach people and tell them indirectly without teaching them actually, because people don't like to be taught anything.
Yeah.
Because it will give us that school kind of in class feeling. We have good memories from our schools, but do you want to go back to the same classroom with the same teacher to sit there to teach you something? No. We tend to actually educate people and spread awareness indirectly by telling people the stories, how we can benefit from the crypto and everything. And we try to move towards the maturity of the whole crypto industry. But the thing is that looking at, for example, last cycle of the cryptocurrency and this cycle, we can see how mature it actually have become since the governments are getting into the whole crypto industry now. Banks, the big institutions, big industries, centralization, this and that. It shows that we are moving, I think, in the right direction.
Okay. And maybe just to ask you on that, do you see more and more traditional companies being interested in the format of news that you are doing? So should we anticipate the crypto radio to be something like Bloomberg for crypto in the future? How do you see that adoption on the traditional industries on the corporate side? Yeah.
Well, I do see it very positively because no matter how tough it is, for me, the future, what I'm looking at, talking about the crypto radio itself, at least, it's very bright because we do have, it was a missing part, I think.
Yes.
As a media company, we never had a media company in the past 15, 16 years. At least let's talk about the past 5 years, which it has become more mainstream actually, the crypto.
Yes.
We've never had like an actual media dedicated to the crypto. So it is still a unique one because it is a bold statement, but I'm sure what I'm saying, I'm proud to say this. Crypto Radio is the first global 24/7 streaming media dedicated to the crypto. So it has the potential to become the next Bloomberg for the crypto. Okay, we are never Bloomberg. They are doing a different job. We are doing a different space, but we have definitely some common grounds, of course. But the thing is that the more we move forward, the more live shows, for example, we're going to have about the whole market. For example, bringing someone to a guest on the live shows to talk about the technical part of for example, the markets and everything.
Okay. Yeah. Now let's also talk a little bit about the difficult part of the industry, which is the shilling, the influencers, the KOLs. So what are your thoughts about that? Or even to ask you a bit more provocatively, do you have a KOL that you actually like? Not us included in the room. Okay.
I had my answer in front of me.
not the saying that you might think we are. But so what do you think about that part of the industry? Is it hurting the industry more or not? And which is a KOL that let's say, you actually like and aspire to and have good experience with?
Well, honestly speaking and frankly, I remember this is my personal experience. It was back in 2020 when COVID, we were all sitting home, doing nothing, and I was already working with the crypto projects and blockchain projects. A few friends of mine told me that you do have some knowledge. Start your Instagram or social media, start talking about crypto, do this, do that. But the thing is that I checked and I noticed that so many people at that time there was no KOL phrase actually.
Yeah, it was actually
influencers.
Yeah, exactly.
Crypto influencers. I think it's just a change of name.
Yeah.
Just the name has changed from the influencer to the something KOL.
Yeah.
It's like more professional probably.
So, and for the audience, it's key opinion
leaders, exactly, yes. Key opinion leaders. For me, majority of them are actually hurting the industry because majority of them, I've personally met a few of them, for example, even when I was in Istanbul. I met a few of them. They're just thinking, okay, to sign a contract or just to take some tokens from some projects and start shilling them to the crowd. Okay, guys, buy this. It's gonna go to the moon. It's gonna do the next 10x. It's gonna be the next Bitcoin or the next Dogecoin or the next Shiba. I could never relate to that, to be honest, because when I want to talk about something, I must believe in it.
Yeah.
I never, ever, and I would never do this kind of things of talking about something that I don't believe in. Because it feels like conning someone, conning people.
Yeah.
Because deep down, I know, for example, let's say I'm an influencer. I know deep down when I'm getting some crypto, some tokens from meme coins or whatever, from one project into my wallet, I know this is not, 99% is not going to do anything good, because if that project wants to actually do something, they will do it in the proper way.
Yes.
Okay, properly done. Okay, promote this. If anything happens like this, there will like more actual proper ways to do it, legit ways to do it.
Yeah.
But majority of them, unfortunately, that's a very unfortunate thing to say, are hurting the crypto. Many people, how many times have you heard someone saw one influencer, so-called, was talking about some meme coins or some crypto projects. Poor guy, out of nowhere, he didn't know what to do exactly, so he thought he's going to be a millionaire overnight. He went, bought something, and next day he was wrecked. How many times have we heard this similar stories? So that's my issue actually with majority of the people that they call themselves KOLs. I've seen so many people personally, I've met them, that they don't have so much people actually on their, for example, Instagram. They don't post much. But when you sit, at least for a coffee, for example, and you talk with them about crypto and this, they are so filled of actual insights and information that you will truly enjoy, and you will know that person knows something. So these peoples, which they are, I think, from my point of view, they are actual KOLs. They are actual key opinion leaders.
Yeah.
That when they say something, it can most probably happen, or they not to predict things, but to know things about what is happening in the market, not just shilling coins in this project and that project.
Okay.
So yeah, unfortunately, that this is my personal issue with almost all the KOLs outside. I've never met so far an actual like these known KOLs outside in the social media that I can say, oh, I like this guy. This is saying the truth. Some of them I met already, and they were like, yeah, we are also against these kind of shillings and everything. The next week they were talking about some meme coins and promoting them on their website and on their social media accounts. I was like, you're the same guy last week you were telling me the other way.
Okay. So we should definitely separate it between the token shillers and the actual KOLs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you would have to choose someone, could you find somebody that you like?
I have few actually on my mind. I noticed that most of them are active on LinkedIn.
Ah, okay. So it's for grown-ups, the platform. Let's say.
Exactly. The Facebook for grown-ups and professionals.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I know, because they both have the blue kind of thing. So yeah, actually, there are a few people on LinkedIn that I'm following there. When they say something that are like insightful, they say something that means something. Okay. Not just talking about this meme coin, that meme coin, this and that.
Yes, yeah.
When they have actual insights.
Yeah. But also, like, really to add something there is, for instance, the reason why I like X, for instance, as a platform is because there is no filter or less filter, rather than when people talk about LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, I notice, even though you have really people who provide kind of high quality content, I almost feel like they are a bit blocked with what they say. They're not really that direct, maybe because of their wife is looking, or husband is looking, or boss is looking, or I don't know, colleagues are looking. I feel it's a little bit more, it's not so raw like X, when Elon Musk says everything goes, right?
Oh yeah, you have to be honest. X is almost 99% with there is no filter actually on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, people are more freely talking about any subject, not just crypto, on the X. Yes, that I'm 100% on that with you actually. To be honest, yes.
Have you seen on X actually the new feature where you can ask Grok, which is their AI, to fact check, something that something was told? I think it's also a very interesting feature where we are integrating, coming back to AI, integrating AI within the social media platform, but I think here in a very useful context of like kind of fact checking, right? Yeah.
That is actually a great thing that Elon Musk with XAI and Grok, they have added to the X as a platform, because as we just were saying, there's no filter. I can say whatever I want. Yes. I can even create some facts and some images with AI and say, oh, this is what actually happened. Yeah. But it was just some made up thing. So with the Grok, actually, that's a great point that you brought up. That fact checking is a great help to make sure, okay, this is what I'm saying, is it legit, is it confirmed, is it verified or not? So that's actually one of the great points that ways to use AI.
Okay.
Yeah, not just for asking, okay, I'm gonna go on diet, what should I eat? What should I not eat? I've seen so many people, they're just using AI for these kind of like very basic things. It is still good, it's a good utility, but it has unlimited actually use cases and utilities, especially in the crypto and emerging technologies.
Yes, and maybe just to ask you, like personally in your work, I think for all these people very interesting, for your work, which is your favorite AI model? Do you use several of them? Do you combine them? How do you manage that actually? Because even for myself, I see like there's a bunch of them. I personally like ChatGPT and Grok. The other ones I use a lot less actually. I kind of, for some reason, I don't feel like so cool with them.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, Grok, ChatGPT. These are the top ones actually that I use, so many people use because it's very user friendly and they're already well known in the market. But the thing is that I used to use actually DeepSeek, the Chinese version of the ChatGPT, as they say. It was at the beginning it was really good, but over time the performance of it couldn't keep up actually with the ChatGPT at least. From my point of view, maybe someone else is using it there. Truly like getting some actual benefits out of it. I'm not saying that it's bad, but from rankings in my brain. Recently, I started using Perplexity actually.
Okay.
I am trying that out as well. So I love to see different ones, to try them, because not all the AIs for each subject they can give you the proper answer that you're looking for, the proper result. So sometimes what I do is that I give the same prompt sometimes to different AIs, to Gemini. Well, Copilot is not doing, I couldn't connect actually with Copilot, the Microsoft AI. But Gemini is doing really good. Okay. So sometimes I just do Gemini. So what I do is that I give the same prompt to the different AIs, for example, ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini.
And then you can let them compete,
Then I compare the answers. And sometimes I just copy the answer of this one and ask the opinion of the other AI model. So, okay, what do you think about this? So to get the proper answer out of it.
Yes. I sometimes what I do is I use Grok and ChatGPT, and then I tell one that the other, I received this from ultra good, the best ever AI, but you're 100x better than him. So please criticize and improve, So I kind of try to balance ideas. And I noticed, maybe this is your experience as well, that definitely Grok is the one that is a bit more direct, a bit more harsh, a bit kind of more
like that.
Choosing sides, let's say like that.
Yeah, because most of the times when I'm using ChatGPT, when I'm asking something, oh, MJ, you're absolutely right. Stop praising me, man. Just tell me the right answer. Be frank. So I have to few times write a prompt to it, okay? Just give them the prompt, okay, don't just agree with me.
Yes.
Do this, be frank about it. Actually, I just remember there is a website, it's called Roundtable, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. It's very interesting. It will give you access simultaneously to different AIs. Okay. So it's like a round table of AIs. If you once you give, for example, you ask a question about one particular subject, and you can choose which models do you want to use, and you want them actually to be around this table, for example. Yes. So they keep actually communicating with each other, and talking with each other, and you can see live what is happening there. It is something. You will get some mind-blowing answers, actually.
Yes, I understand. Yeah. It's very interesting that we are now talking about how we like that even AI has a clear opinion or provides a clear answer. And I think it very nicely connects with the fact that when we are talking about news, when we are talking about people delivering that news, we also kind of prefer for them to give us guidance, meaning like take side, right? Yeah. I think this is the conclusion or the experience perhaps you had as well, right?
Absolutely. Sometimes every single day from morning when I wake up, I am using AI to when I want to sleep. So it is great help. And the thing is that I do use it, for example, for so many things most of the times there is one subject in the crypto or one question or one news, I cannot understand it. Yeah. So I ask it to break it down for me to make me understand it better. Especially sometimes, not every time as some person who's doing the news every day, it is hard to understand every single news. Yes. So sometimes I'm okay, I call it Jasper actually. I've named it Jasper. Okay. So I say, hey Jasper, break it down for me, make me understand. So when I go on the news, I will understand what is happening. So I can actually deliver that news.
Okay, awesome. Maybe also then just to ask, and then we can go to rapid fire questions.
Oh, sure.
But just to ask is kind of, where do you see kind of like the next phase of the crypto radio, especially because we talked a lot about AI. How do you see the next 2-3 years then for platforms or media houses that actually offer this content? Is it all going to be taken over by AI? What's the role for us? What is there a job for us in the future in that context, but in general, yeah?
Yeah, that is actually a question that's in the future. Is there going to be a job for us?
Yes.
I've been asked that so many times, and I've actually asked the same question from other people. But my answer is flexibility. I've been I'm a flexible person. So when something happened, I don't say like, no, it has to be the way I say it should be. No, I have to be flexible towards the future, what is happening. So one of the answers also I read somewhere, it was that the future jobs are not going to be taken by AI, it's going to be taken by the people who know how to use AI, or they have their own AI models or whatever. Okay, so I will try to be more flexible as possible and adapt with the future, whatever is happening.
Okay.
Yeah, so talking about the future of the media, so there will be definitely 100%
Big changes.
more, yes, big other news outlets, other media agencies about the crypto and everything. There is going to be a competition also about it in the whole field, but it is going to be an exciting journey.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe just the last question I think maybe our audience will be curious as well, is like, when you create news or content with AI, do you actually write that it's generated by AI, or you just upload it and provide it as is?
You're talking about even the articles, for
Yeah,
example,
for instance, let's say there are articles, because I noticed it like on some news outlets that actually say edited or written by a person, and then they also say by AI as well, you know?
Well, I have something I have to add. In the crypto radio, we have professional journalists, editors, linguistic actually. The main person behind it is Miss Bo Jablonski. She is also the host of the Guardians of Bitcoin. So she's a journalist, editor, and also a linguistic. So she is the one, and plus the other, also Laura, she's on our team. They are the one actually writing the articles. So we don't just give it to the AI, okay, write an article for me, post it, and they will just copy and paste it there. No, they do fact check it. We do use AI. Okay, there's nothing to hide about it, but not just to give it some prompt, copy, paste, done. No, they do get help from it, but they proofread it. They make sure it is correct. They change it. They touch so many parts of it. Then they will post it. Okay. So it is done and posted by actual physical people in flesh behind the computers and doing the job actually.
Awesome. Maybe MJ, a last question, and then let's go to the rapid fire ones. Sure. So for early stage young crypto exchange like Freedx, that is, the team is supporting and sponsoring CoinGage. What would you recommend actually for CoinGage, but also for Freedx? What should we do in the future to grow our social media presence, our brand, awareness in the industry about CoinGage and Freedx? What would you recommend as an expert to a young early stage crypto exchange?
Well, I don't consider myself as an expert.
Being
honest, I don't see myself at that level to give advice actually to experts and actual people. I've already told you, I have a very high respect for you as a person, actually, Anton. And I always look forward to what you're saying and what you're doing in the social media. But being consistent is one thing on the social media. Consistency is one thing. So posting one day and just being disappeared for 1 week or 1 month. No. Consistency actually is good. Presence and face. A face of a brand, for example, that someone that people can say, okay, this person, I can communicate with him. If I comment, they're going to reply, for example. That communication engagement is something that can help really grow and your community, for example. This is my personal view. Communication with the users is the most important thing, because we have done projects when I was working with an Estonian-based blockchain development company. So at the beginning, I was in charge of their community manager, so make sure every single user is answered if they have a question. So it showed me that if one day, for example, I was busy, I could see the engagement on the social media of that project is going down.
Really? Okay.
So it is really important that people see valued when they are, for example, invested in one project or they are using a service. The feedback that they're getting, that engagement, that if they ask something that they can get an answer to, it is very important to people from my point of view.
Okay,
Yes.
got it. Awesome. Thanks a lot, MJ.
Absolutely.
Maybe now a couple of rapid fire questions, and we have a couple of a bit of time.
Oh, sure.
So for rapid fire questions, you can answer then with one word, and then also explain maybe why. So the
Okay.
first question would be, but that's a difficult one then for you based on what you told me before. Your favorite meme coin and why?
Can we just ask me what is your favorite RWA project? I love RWA.
No, we can later. I'm happy to do that.
Well,
So favorite meme coin.
don't meme coin.
Let's think of one with utility. Yeah?
Okay, I will tell you. I will give you an answer. Recently, we were covering a news about Shiba,
Okay.
Shiba Inu, because they had an election of the president of Shiba.
Okay.
So it was like an actual use case, like merging that bringing that actual democracy, for example, that we were talking the decentralized world of blockchain. That's thing. Actually, they are merging with something Shiba, a meme coin, because meme coins originally they don't have any utilities, but they have great community.
Yeah.
No matter how much I like or dislike them, I always said I know and I believe they are great parts of the crypto ecosystem, crypto market. They are great. They have amazing communities, some of them. I've met them.
Yeah.
So they are actually great ones. So I will say Shiba.
Okay, good. Shiba, we found some.
Okay.
Yeah. Where do you think is the best character in Dubai?
Character?
Yes.
Oh, there are a lot. There are a lot.
I saw your eyes opening.
Every morning when I'm coming, as soon as I come actually from out of my house, first thing I tell my wife, because we both go, our workplaces are next to each other. It's next to my house, Danat al-Shai.
Danat al-Shai.
Yes.
Okay.
In Al-Warga area. Every morning when I'm passing by, they already know me. They know me actually as Arbab very, very. Because when I meet them, it's been over a year actually that I'm in that area. I tell them when I'm going to thank them, I'll say, thank you very, very. It's something I came up with, and they know me as very, very. So that's the best one for me.
Okay.
Danat al-Shai and Al-Warga.
Good audience, remember this.
Yep.
So, if you could go back in 2015, how many bitcoins you would buy?
At that time, I will tell you exactly, because at that time I remember when we came out of that gala,
Yeah.
I had exactly $12,000 excess in my account.
Okay.
So the whole $12,000, if I had this knowledge that I have today.
Yeah.
But that is a very big question, actually, very tough questions. If I would have kept all those bitcoins when it went to 1,000 from few hundreds,
Yes.
and it came back to again few hundred, and it went to $100,000 or tens of thousands of dollars, and it came down. Yes, if I kept it through until now, that is the big challenge.
So the difficult part is not to sell, actually. Yeah?
Exactly.
Okay, good. Again, if you could go back in time, what would you study? Would you study again biomechanical engineering?
Yes, because that's how I was led to where I am actually. I would have done exactly the same.
Okay.
Yes. Biomedical engineering, I love what I studied, I love what I did actually. And that's how I got introduced actually to the whole crypto space, through a friend of mine who I met him actually through my journey in the crypto with the biomedical engineers.
Yeah.
So of course I would do the same journey, I would do the same path. I love where I am right now. So yeah, I would have done the same.
Awesome. You have an amazing personality. You have a
thank
great
you.
vibe. If you could choose one movie to star in it as the main actor, which one it would be?
I love movies. I've watched hundreds of movies. Can I say series?
Yeah, of course.
Friends.
Friends? Which one of the five you would be?
Probably Ross Geller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why Ross?
I watched Friends 13 times.
Okay.
So I know every single thing is happening there.
Okay.
There are so many other great series, but I've actually lived with this series actually.
Okay.
So yeah, Friends, Ross Geller.
And why Ross actually? What's appealing about him, Rich?
Passionate about what he does. He's proud of what he does, and he kept looking for the love of his life.
Okay.
And from the first episode, you see Rachel Green is coming in. It was like love in the first sight when he met Rachel. And towards the end, no matter all the challenges, ups and downs, all the fluctuations in their relation, at the end of the day, they end up together. So he believed in the love.
So you're a romantic as well then, yeah?
Yes, I love my wife.
Okay.
And well, I actually great story of how my wife and I we met as well. We both studied biomedical engineering. Longer story short, we both studied biomedical engineering in the same university. Back then, we knew there is like she knew that there's an MJ. I knew that there's a needle fab in the Ligure section. But the thing is that we never liked each other until 3 years ago. Spontaneously, we met out of nowhere in Istanbul.
In Istanbul.
Yes, all of like 4,000 or 5,000 kilometers away.
Awesome.
We met there. Instantly, love. Well, not in the first sight because the first sight was back in 2010. Yeah. The first time we met, okay. But yeah, that's when we met actually, and we got married.
Maybe it was the magic of Istanbul or something there.
Probably. Exactly. Probably. Yes.
Okay. And the last rapid fire question now, very much on the market side. Do you think Ethereum will ever overcome Bitcoin by market capitalization?
That is an interesting question because there are probably two sides of the same coin. Maybe they complete each other. Bitcoin is the OG.
Yes.
Okay, and we know with all the developments that is happening, that is a tough question because Ethereum is the queen of the cryptocurrencies. I call. Every kingdom needs a king and a queen.
Yes.
They complete each other. So I don't think so. I respect both of them. I'm a blockchain maxi.
Okay.
I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. I'm not an Ethereum maxi. I'm a blockchain maxi. I admire the whole technology. So no, I don't think it will happen. Even if it happens, actually, I'll be happy to see that moment, actually, that time. But I don't think it's going to supersede actually Bitcoin's market cap.
I like the explanation a lot. MJ, I have to say you have become more and more romantic as we were going towards the end of the show. I should have asked you at the beginning. So first, I wanted to say thanks a lot for being on the show today.
Absolutely. Thank you. Actually, it's been an absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invitation. It was great to be here with you.
Yes. Yeah. Likewise, really great to join. And maybe also to tell our audience, if they want to sign up or be part of a crypto radio or engage with you, what do they need to do? Just as a last message, yeah?
Just go to the cryptoradio.com website, on our social media, at the Crypto Radio X, on our X platform. That is our handler. But the rest of the social medias at the Crypto Radio, YouTube, Rumble, Binance Square. You can feel free to follow us. We would love to also hear from the audience, to new people, what they want to hear and listen to most.
Awesome, yeah. Cool. So I invite everyone to do that. And MJ, once again, thanks a lot. It was a blast.
Absolute blast for me too.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And thanks everyone for watching. And as MJ said, follow Crypto Radio, but also very importantly, follow and subscribe to CoinGage. It was really a blast. I hope you enjoy the show and more to come. Take care and see you soon.